Greetings, my name is Aurelius, and today I'll be giving a brief overview of my research, my findings, and what it means and how it contributes to the field of research. So during Pioneer, I was in the clinical psychology concentration where I researched about the psycholinguistics of suicidal text. My research question that I pursued during Pioneer was, can simple psychological word categories from Luke, a psycholinguistic tool, help machine learning models detect when an internet post may reflect suicidal ideation, and do those psychological features improve accuracy over standard word frequency methods, which measure how often a word appears in a certain given text? In other words, does adding psychology-informed features actually make models more smarter, more precise, and more understandable, not just more complicated? So what I did was I trained 3 machine learning models to distinguish potentially suicidal internet posts from ordinary non-suicidal text. And what I did and how I trained it is using a very large internet data set, and then testing the models on 2 separate independent data sets for external validation. I compared a TF-IDF model, a Luke-only model, and a combined model. I also evaluated each model with multiple statistical tests: AUC, precision, recall, Cohen-Z, McNemar's test, calibration scores, and others, to ensure the results were not just accidental but held up across different samples. Finally, I examined which Luke categories, which belong to the psycholinguistic tool, contributed most, making models more transparent and easier for moderators, platforms, clinicians, researchers to interpret and understand. So with this, what did I find? What I found was models that used Luke's psychological word categories performed better at identifying at-risk posts than models relying solely and only on the TF-IDF word patterns. Adding psychological features helped the models detect meaningful patterns more accurately. The Luke-driven models were also more explainable. Instead of vague word patterns, the model could point to meaningful psychological categories such as cognitive processes, depth, social, health, mental, or other related languages as reasons for classification. Across both external datasets that were tested on, Luke, the psycholinguistic tool, improved performance consistency, suggesting these psychological features generalize better than raw word frequencies alone. Now, given this, what does my research have to do and contribute to? Why does it matter? So how it contributes and why it matters is that more accurate and interpretable detection can help platforms or support systems notice when someone may be struggling, while still requiring careful protections for privacy, content, fairness, and ethical follow-up. Because Luke makes models its reasoning more transparent, it allows for mental health professionals, moderators, and researchers to understand why a model flagged a post, reducing the risk of a misuse or a misunderstanding. The findings also show that psychological theory, when applied carefully, can meaningfully strengthen AI tools rather than replace human judgment, helping professionals and moderators guide safer and more responsible digital mental health practices. So that is my research that I conducted. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.